Hey folks, Bob Light here. We're going to make something with the Korg Wavestation, the greatest synth in the world. So if you're trying to make ambient jungle, intelligent jungle, or even just house, whatever, this may be the tutorial for you. So you're going to need to copy the Korg Wavestation, and I'm going to come in and we are just going to grab a random performance here. I'm going to double click and I'm going to reset this performance. I'm going to basically do a manual initialize. So I'm going to remove all the parts, and I have another video that kind of goes through how to initialize a patch, but basically follow what I'm doing here. You're going to grab all these key zones for all the parts, make sure they take up the full keyboard, and this is just a good starting point. Then you want to get these velocity zones. Okay. So we're on our first part here, and what I'm thinking I want to do is some type of pad that has some like wind and a piano on it to make a nice ambient jungle pad. So to start off, I think I'm going to begin with a piano patch in one part slot. So I'm going to come to the list here, and we're going to find a piano. That could work. This may work. So let's apply this soft EP here. And pro tip in Bitwig, if you don't have a MIDI controller, you can press caps lock. And then press the keys on your keyboard. Okay, so cool. Let's start stacking something else. So I'm going to go to the next part here, and I'm going to have to initialize all the values in here. So part level, full, transpose, 0, detune, 0. And also, I'm going to go into my effects and turn these off. So we're starting dry. We can worry about effects later. So I have this in, and then I want to enable sustain, polyphonic, and yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so now we want some type of airy pad to be on top of it, and my idea in my head is that we'll have the piano for like the initial hit and maybe sustain a little, and then we'll have like a swooshy, airy thing that comes on top. Maybe we do like a filter cutoff on it or something. So let's search for another part here, or another patch to stack in our performance. This is the fun part. Here we go. This one could work, and that's the name of the game. You want to just test stuff out. So I'm going to hit apply, and let's just test it out. I'm going to try dropping the part level on the piano so it's not as prominent. I think I will transpose up the piano just to get a little bit higher on the registry. So I'm not 100% happy with this little air thing here, so I'm going to keep searching. And I just found this out messing around. If you click on any of these patches, it'll do a quick stab, but if you click and hold, it will sustain it. So I really like that, but I feel like the piano is still very loud, so I'm going to break it down even more. And I want to try actually bringing up that swirly. Okay, let's go into this patch here, this 4 singers. We can see it's a 4 oscillator patch, so we've talked about this before. The vector control will mix between these 4 oscillators in the patch. I'm going to solo just this oscillator. I want just this oscillator from this patch. I don't want any of the other ones, so I am going to change the structure to, Yep, 1 oscillator. And I think it actually has pretty good amp envelope on it. This vector joystick won't do anything because it's a 1 oscillator patch. I think it could be beneficial to get a little bit of an LFO on the cutoff just to have some movement, which we do have on here. So LFO 2 is modulating the filter cutoff 20, so if we raise it. But since the cutoff is already kind of high, you're not going to hear much. Plus, it's on exciter mode. We can change it to resonant filter. And if we drop it way down, let's turn up the resonance. I think I want to make the LFO a little more smooth. Or maybe do like a ramp instead. That could be cool. Let's try this. Nah, that ain't it. Okay, let's go back to triangle. If we jack up the rate, it's actually kind of cool. You know what? But if we put a delay on there, that could be kind of tight. So let's come into our effects and let's find a delay. I want a... I don't know what I want. Let's go... let's do like a rotary delay. It's a little choppy, so let's drop that rate down. All right, that's a bit much. Even that's a little much. A little slower. Okay, so I think that's sounding good. Let's come back and turn on the other patch. Let's fucking go. Okay, so let's go into our effects here, and I'm thinking we need to get something else on here. You can always do with a big juicy reverb. So we have this delay that has a rotary speaker effect, which I guess is just pinning the delay between both stereo channels, I assume. So what I want to do is come in, this early reflections reverb in here is really good. That's pretty lit. I like that. I'm just going to leave it blank. I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't think it needs anything else. So I'm going to now save this as swirl pad. Turn off caps lock. Okay. Let's try again. Swirl pad. Right. This is a synth motion. Then we are going to save RAM 1. You guys have seen this before. Save. And the other thing you got to keep in mind is we modified a patch here. So because we changed the patch, yes, we saved the bank, but that's saving the performances, I believe. I mean, actually, may be wrong. I think you also have to save the patch bank. So we modified this patch. I would then have to go to File, Write from the patch edit screen. Yeah, and then we have to write the patch. So it will overwrite any of the patches in here, like the performances. You can only write to RAM banks 1, 2, or 3. So super important step. You have to, if you modify a patch, you have to save the patch. Sorry for hitting on my desk, probably a lot of vibrations. And you have to save the performance. So it's a 2-step process, I believe. I may be wrong. So I'm just going to overwrite wave dance there. So there, the patch is saved. I'm going to go back, save the RAM again. Bam. So if I go back to the browser, bank 1, there's our swirl pad. If I go into the patch, there's our patch that's been modified. And I believe you can rename the patches too. Yeah, custom patch. So you could have done that as well before. Then you get this. If you want to take it a step further, do the old school way. Come in, you know, paint out a little bit of a sustain note there, maybe 2 bars. Right click the clip, bounce. We now get it in audio. Then you could go in, add a Bitwig sampler, take that audio clip, plug it in. If my caps lock key would work. It's not. Okay, let's pull up this. Pitch it down. Don't forget, those effects from the Wavestation are in the sample. So it does actually sound a little flat, but I could come in, add a big reverb, like I've shown you guys before. Get crazy, add a delay. Get even crazier, add a tremolo. You get the point. So that's how you do it. Korg Wavestation's amazing. You create your chord, bounce it down, chuck it in a sampler. You get that parallel harmony, kind of old school method with your chords when you play from the sampler. Of course, you could just play from the Wavestation as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Peace out.